Mm. Hey guys, we are live. It's Ted Bogert with the Ted Show. Really excited to have Constance Jones on the show today from Children Are Our Future. I love this, of Volusia County, by the way. I love her story. I love her social media. She's obviously a child advocate, a children's advocate. And so we're very happy to have you on the show today. Welcome, Constance.
Thank you for having me. This is exciting.
Well, I'm excited for what you do for our community and everything that you do. You obviously have a heart for it. So let's start with the beginning, though. A lot of people like to know, where did that heart come from? So give us a little origin story about you.
Like most people, it will go back to my childhood. I didn't have a great childhood, but I learned a lot from my childhood, which led me to where I am today. I'm proud to say I'm 68 years old.
You look great.
Oh, thank you. Anyways, the way I was treated as a child, I'm not going to dwell on that because I am a better person for what I went through. Finally, when I was growing up, I realized, you know, I can be a better person than I used to be.
Right.
So, to make a long story short, I hitchhiked my way down to Florida when I was 18 years old. I've been here ever since. I went to college. I raised 4 children. I went to college for human services. So then, you know, I've worked many jobs and I love children. And I went into nursing for a while, and I took care of our elderly, which I still do part-time. Then I went on to get hired with the Department of Children and Families in child abuse investigations. I worked at DCF for 17 years.
Wow.
And see, yeah, right here in Daytona. And I saw children coming in and out of the system, and I was a foster child. I was in and out of orphanages. So that has a lot to do with it as well. And where I wound up working, it was like a godsend. So I worked there for 17 years, and I saw things that were good things, good outcomes, and bad things. And then when I retired early, about 2 years early, I said, you know what, I need to do something out in the community to take my legacy from this building out into the streets. So before I retired, I'd come home at night and I said, okay, I'm going to start myself a charity and I need to name it. So I said, I have to have something catchy. The catchy was Children Are Our Future, which they are. And we are all children that grew up, and we're trying to help the next generation get through hopefully better times than we did.
So let me ask you. It's one thing to have. I had a similar. No, I didn't have a similar childhood, but I can tell the impact of the childhood is similar. But a lot of us that do that, a lot of people that go through that, they don't necessarily bring it into their lives later. They kind of bury it. You've created an advocacy for it, which I know as somebody who's a survivor, that is it's a big, brave thing to do. So where do you think you found the strength to do that, and what motivates you every day to keep going?
This has been a long journey. Let's see, I retired in 2016, and I went through all the paperwork through the IRS to become a 501c3, which takes a lot of time and patience. And I think my biggest advocacy was insurance for children. Medical insurance, as you know, is difficult, whether you're an adult or a child. And when I was working at DCF, I saw a lot of children, low-income children, that qualified for Medicaid, but if they needed something other than what the insurance would cover, it would have to come out of mom and dad's pocket.
Right.
So I said to myself, you know what? I need to do some advocacy on children's health. So what I've done is I have created my mission around assisting children. I'm going to read you my mission. It helps.
Please do. Read it.
My organization's community fundraisers to a children's specific insurance and assist with life-changing tragedies for the betterment of the child and families. So that's my mission. And my fundraisers are basically, I kind of formed this myself. I grew up in the biker community over here on Main Street in Daytona in the 70s. So I've been around bikers my entire life. And they are my main supporters for these children. As you know, you can call on a biker anytime and they will come to your rescue, pretty much.
A loyal
and
group.
That's who's been supporting me.
Love it.
I'm sorry?
No, I just said it's such a loyal group.
They are. Oh, yeah. And that's kind of like my Cigna. Mama C does poker runs for children. In fact, I just finished up with one for a little girl. So what I do is children are referred to me through the community if they need some help. And I'm helping a little girl right now that has to have surgery on her right arm. She's behind me. I don't know if you can see her. Her name's Rowan, and she has a radiodysplasia, means her arm is halfway. She was born with an arm that was only halfway. She has no thumb. So she has to go to a surgeon, and there's only 2 in the country that do the surgery. And her insurance, of course, which is Medicaid, will not cover the surgery. So this family needed to raise $142,000 to pay this doctor in West Palm. I did some studying on this doctor, and he has a large organization and a foundation. He will go overseas and do pro bono and help children there, but he's not willing to give a little bit over here. So that's what made me upset a little bit. We have a little girl in the US of A that needs to have her arm lengthened and a thumb created. So we just had like the 3rd poker run. The family's been having fundraisers since she was like born. Her name is Rowan, and we had a fundraiser over at OB's in DeLand, which is a bar restaurant. And that day, Sunday, we raised $7,000.
Wow, that's amazing.
So now the family is getting closer to $80,000. Wow. So, but we still we're over half, but we need more. So I'm going to continue to advocate for her so she can get this surgery. So my next thought on that is, okay, I'm going to go a step farther. We have Sturgis. You've heard of Sturgis?
Yes.
Sturgis is this week coming. So I'm going to create an event that I'm going to throw out to Sturgis for everybody to donate their change or coins, because, you know, they're saying that we have a coin shortage. Well, if there is, donate it to Rowan.
Right.
You got to put a little bit of spin and happiness somewhere.
So what do you, how hard is it? I think people think, oh, well, she's helping one or two kids. You must get a lot of requests. How hard is it to figure out who you can help and who you have to say, I can't do it right
now? I have to screen my referrals, and I go and meet the families directly so they can sit down with me, tell me exactly what the diagnosis is, what problems that they're having. So like Rowan has radial dysplasia. So, but I will tell you, the children that I have sponsored since 2017, I have learned something from these children about their disability. So I could go on and on and on and on, but these kids they teach me, and then I have to teach the community, this is what's going on with this little girl and what she needs help and why.
Tell me about what they do to get involved. What can they do? Or do you need volunteers? Do you need events? Do you need fundraising? Do you need checks and cash? I mean, we'll take it all, people. Don't get me wrong.
Here's what I do. I run my foundation or my charity. I just like organization better. Off of my pension and my Social Security, and I work part-time as a caregiver, part-time nurse for a lady here in Ormond Beach where I live. So that supplements so I can keep my organization going. I run this out of my home. I have volunteers. These are my girls behind me. There are 4 of them that help Mama see out when they can. They're younger than me and they have to work, so I understand. But when I have an event, they're there. And the families are a big help. I had another little girl. Her name is Zoe Adams, and she has Sanfilippo syndrome, to which there's no cure. Oh. Zoe is right up here. You can see her little face. They made me a little book, but I'm proud to say that I am prone to help special needs children because I feel like they're left behind.
Yeah.
I feel like I had a Christmas fundraiser. Nobody knew what sensory toys were. So I have to educate the community on what sensory toys are. These children just can't have any kind of a toy. So December, I'm having my 5th Mama C's Reindeer Dash at the Iron Horse, the world famous Iron Horse. Yeah, they invited me there. I used to bartend there since 2003.
No way.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like a jack of all trades, but I'm excited about it.
You bartended at the Iron Horse? I mean, you're famous then. You don't know it, but wow.
But anyways, my biggest adventure that I did complete, and it's part of my legacy, is a wheelchair glider swing, a rocket ship glider. And it's installed in New Smyrna. It was dedicated to Zoe. It took us 2 years. The city of New Smyrna Beach helped chip in for it. And I donated it to Zoe in her name. So my legacy started in New Smyrna with my wheelchair swing. You just roll her on it. You can go on Claire Metz's page, west.com.
Claire.
So I want that to continue because our special needs children need more playgrounds. So yes. I'm trying to, help children that are sick, but then again, we need more, access for children that have a disability to play with other children.
You have such a heart for this. What do you want to do next? Where do we need to expand? And then let's wrap it up and tell me how people can get involved.
Okay. My special needs children, I have a page for them, and it is called Special Kind of Perfect Children. I have my rocket ship glider advocacy is called, I'm drawing a blank.
We'll find it.
I'll find it. It's somewhere up there. Write It Like You Stole It campaign. And then, of course, everything's pretty well listed under my page, Children Are Our Future of Volusia County Incorporated on Facebook. So where I want to go from here is I'm going to continue to advocate for Rowan so we can get this surgery done.
Yeah.
By way of Sturgis. That's what I'm trying. If I could fly out there, I would, but that's not in the cards. So I'm going to go through some friends of mine, I believe, that are out there that can help me.
Fantastic.
And then I'm going to continue on my venture with my Christmas, my Reindeer Dash. So the biggest thing I have on my website, or not I have a website, but it's being rebuilt. On my Facebook page, I have an Amazon account where I have listed what children need with special needs, like toys and clothing. And one other thing that I'm trying to do is adaptive equipment we need badly in this area. Easter Seals has a closet, like for wheelchairs or walkers or feeding tubes. You know, I'm trying to gather that together so when I get an office, I will have it on site. So if a parent calls me and says, Mama C, I need crutches. Well, what size crutches do you need? Let me look. And the children of Volusia County that used to come up to my office at DCF are the ones that named me Mama C, because they couldn't pronounce Constance. So that's where that came from.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you.
I love that kind of story. I wasn't
and I
sure.
have to
Mama
be partial
C,
who I help too.
Mama C is that's a good name.
Thank you.
All right, so Constance Jones with Children Are the letter R, ourfuture.com, or Children Are Our Future of Volusia County on Facebook. I think what you're doing is absolutely amazing. Our kids need it. I want you guys to get involved. Reach out to Constance. I've tagged her in all of this. Reach out and try to help people. The one hug and one smile at a time is one of my favorites. And she obviously has a heart for this. What I want people to understand is that you do this because you have compassion and you are passionate about helping children, and that is coming a lot out of your own pocket. So if you guys can help Constance out, that would be awesome. And
all the funds that I raise at my events goes directly to the family. I don't keep a percentage, and I have no employees, and I'm not paid.
I love it. I mean, I do love it. I think it's such a blessing what you're doing. You guys reach out. All right, Constance, it was good. Mama C, I love it. All right, you guys reach out. childrenareourfuture.com or Children Are Our Future of Volusia County on Facebook. I tagged it all. Please get involved. You don't have to be in Volusia County to get involved. You want to help kids. This is a fantastic way to do it. Thank you so much, Constance. We will be back tomorrow, guys. We love you so much.